Willie D Live.
And it'll always be that way. A lot of people walking around doing it. It'll. And look, I'm from the South. It's different. I'm from the South, so I'm from a place where you drive down Highland Road and it's an antebellum home. You drive down Nicholson and it's an antebellum home. You go out home to Maringouin, and all of my people are buried in the same place where my father rests now. And by the time you walk back to the back of the cemetery, it's slaves buried back there. So it's different. Maybe you're a little bit more close to it. I'm not from any of those other places. But if we can agree on one thing, the one thing we should be able to agree on is to honor our ancestors, because every culture that's worth anything does.
Right. Damn, boy, you hit that one out the park. Man, are you aware that you're one of our greatest voices of this generation? Are you aware of that? Sometimes when you're making history, you're not really aware of your importance and your lot in making that history.
Yeah, not really. And the only reason why I would say that is because, like, it's people that really, to me, the most important people of the generation are Philip Agnew, Tiffany Lofton, Jamar Burley, Jamila Lemieux, Tamika Mallory, my son. To me, the people that are the most, Jason Wilson, the people that what I do is I look at a bunch of things and try to translate culture for people. But it's somewhere right now where people are getting fucked over. And guys like Hawk Newsom, even though me and Hawk disagree on so many things. And, politically we don't align all the time. But if something go wrong, he gonna be there. When the guy in Colorado, the farmer in Colorado, was having the people surrounding him try to take his farm, there were people that actually had guns and on ATVs that camped out at the farm to protect the black farmer. Those are the people, to me, that are really the most important. And those people almost never, ever get platformed. Black Men Build is Philip Agnew's foundation. Everybody should check it out. That's about black men building and establishing power and identity in their communities. Those people that are doing that work every single day, I think those are the people that need the platforms and need to be taught to.
What you're saying is true, but again, you can't minimize your impact, because as you were saying, you translate their voices, you translate their messages. When you talk about the different people that you name, which I'm familiar with most of them.
Yeah.
And they're doing great work. Shots, I salute. I always
salute.
Yeah. I always give. I always pay homage.
Yeah.
To the people that are on the ground. That's actually out there exposed every day. Like, people don't even understand these people are risking their lives. They think that, everything is a hustle. Everything is just, a person shilling for a political party or whatever. But these people are risking their lives every day. They don't understand how dangerous it is to be an activist.
And they don't talk to these people. Like, people can have whatever opinions they want to have about people that I know, because I know people on the leftist activist side of it. I know people on the super duper black revolutionary nationalist side of it. Everybody has a seat at that table to me. But when I talk to people like Alicia Garza, who was one of the founders of Black Lives Matter, and she's talking about the criticism that she gets, she's also telling me that, she has to have people outside of her door. There have to be people that guard her, that there are consequences to all of this stuff. Like DeRay and all of these different people, we have never, ever, ever fully trusted the people that are working on behalf of us. And I understand why. I understand why it's hard. Black people are conditioned to look for the agent, to look for the person that is going to sell us out, because there's always been somebody that was willing to do that. There's always, you seen The Matrix before? In The Matrix, yeah. If you haven't seen The Matrix, There's the real world and there's the matrix world. And the matrix world is invented to keep everybody producing, right? And there's a crew of people led by Lawrence Fishburne who are just one of many ships that are trying to destroy the matrix and free everybody. The only problem is that on the other side of freedom, there's a harder life. The world has been destroyed. The food isn't as good. So there's one guy named Cypher that says, I don't want to do that. I would rather live in the matrix. I would rather live as a well-fed, well-paid slave than I would as a free person. And that decision, although we revile it, if you live in the real world, it's completely understandable. It's completely understandable why somebody would say that's too much work. Like, it's easier for me to be protected than it is to be free. It's easier for me to be tolerated than it is to be loved and respected. It's easier. But for black people, the stakes are absolutely astronomical for that idea, because when one of us is pitted against each other, or when one of us is put in a position to lead other black Americans astray to benefit power, they take so many people with us and they set us back generations.